What we're going to learn about his campaign soon. People are going to start digging into his. I bet he fucking laundered money through the campaign that he was running.
Who, Wall or Ron?
Ron Watkins.
Oh yeah, he probably did. That's why he's in Australia now.
Particularly relative to the other.
We have a whole Australian contingent in this chat. I feel like we could get we get them to do whatever the change.org thing is in Australia. Be like, could you just get rid of Ron Watkins, please?
Yeah. Put him in the outback with like a day's worth of food and water.
Documents.
We just send him back somewhere else. America deserves him. Send him back to America.
And there are many more. And we want to make very clear that for each and every allegation that we make, for each piece of evidence that we bring forth,
I bet they wouldn't let Jacob Wall into Australia. They'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah, because other countries have fucking morals, unlike us.
The nature of that evidence. This is her op-ed for The Spectator. She was worried on Tuesday morning that she wouldn't have time to write it. So I said, give me the general direction. I'll write the 700 words and I'll send it off to you to edit. Let me know if you need.
I'm writing 700
words.
That's like a few paragraphs.
I thought there were only 14.
Amber Athey.
700 words is like 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
But when I sent it off to her after she
left, like an incredibly long boomer Facebook comment.
She said, just go ahead and hold on it.
Article?
Not, you son of a bitch, you kidnapped me. No. She doesn't say that. She says, just hold on it. That's what she says.
Seth.
There's no kidnapping here, folks, and you can see that loud and clear. You know, on Tuesday morning, she was excited about coming to work here at the lobbying firm, J.M. Berkman and Associates. She set up her LinkedIn.
There's probably no such entity, right?
Various I had no idea how well educated she was. It turns out she has not 1 but 2 master's degrees. She studied all over the world. She speaks 4 languages.
A few weeks ago, I don't know who was here. Somebody came in the chat and was like, I don't see any business registered under Echoplex Media. Why are you calling yourself that? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's just the name of what we're doing here. I don't have it. I don't have a fucking LLC. There's 45 people watching or whatever it was. You know, there's not 45,000 people watching me. My God. Does anybody remember that guy? He was probably just trying to pick up some business consulting work. Times are tough out there.
This is a seasoned political veteran. This is not a stooge. This is not a bimbo. This is not a dumb person. This is a smart person who took on.
I think she's a spy now.
And unfortunately,
someone said in the chat,
couldn't stay the course. It's unfortunate. We're not happy to see it, but it's what happened.
You know, I want to.
That's my jam in the background. I don't even know what song that is, but that beat was hot.
Manny likes
spent
it.
An awful lot of time putting moles throughout the government. This is only the first of many.
Actually, Ninja, Homo Empire sounds kind of based.
Well, there's the band 10,000 Homo DJs.
Yeah. Reznor was in that, I think, first. Was that first?
That was Al Jurgensen. That was like a ministry side project.
The first of many
wrong,
this year and on into next year. Combating the deep state is our highest priority. And we plan to disrupt the functioning of government.
You hear that beat in the background? That's hot. I don't know what song that is.
Has as one of its main foreign policy objectives with the government of Russia or the government of Hungary, the government
Evil Straight Guy, thank you for following us. Don't be an evil straight guy. Straight guys, some of my best friends are.
You know that our country is in horrible trouble. Can you imagine the United States doing that 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 100 years ago?
There's other gay guys who hang out here. I don't get to speak for all of us.
And so the time has come. The time has come to fight back. All right, let's throw this open to questions. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
No one has any questions?
I'm not sure I understand how you go from we had a relationship to therefore I could never have possibly kidnapped her. Plenty of people are in domestic violence situations, whatever.
Who is that asking, I wonder?
Sounds like maybe Will Summer.
Okay.
But I can't tell. I'd know if it was Zach.
Again,
I know what Zach sounds like.
Dispositive evidence is that Miss Corrigan was here throughout the entire day. She spoke to, and I'll name them again, she spoke to Zach Patrizzo, who I think I saw here in attendance. She spoke to Scott Greer, a guy who flunked out of the Daily Caller. She spoke to.
How do you flunk out of the Daily Caller?
Yeah. It's not like it's a
spoke to-
college.
You just not kiss enough Tucker Carlson ass?
Numerous people. I could go.
That wasn't Zach. I don't think that was Zach.
She spoke to after we left 1599 and we went to my residence.
This entire organization, just as a general rule, has a collective crush on Zach. We know what he sounds like.
Mom called. I spoke to her.
Straight
mom.
guys, the
Like,
straight
Janelle,
girls, the gay guys, the gay girls. All the
That's a
musical.
good point, Avalon. Going somewhere of your own free
She
will
was thrilled
doesn't
that
prevent
Merritt
someone
had
from
finally come
keeping
out
you from
as a
leaving.
true
Exactly.
And kidnapping is when they keep you from leaving.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she was proud of Merritt coming to join the lobbying firm. She couldn't have been happier. My dad called and Merritt spoke to him for a short period of time. As Jack has pointed out, there were relations.
This guy's like, she's like, well, he seems less likely to sexually assault me than Jack Posobiec. I'm horny. Also, he's not married. Also, I might be taking his virginity. Let's give it a go. And then she shows up there. She's like, oh, hell no.
And Berkman, the way you have it frozen, Berkman looks like he's about to shapeshift into his reptilian form. His eyebrows have this like
And so
weird
this whole idea
V.
about kidnapping
He is that's just his face.
is positively false.
That's just how he always
And
looks,
as I've
actually.
shown you,
He doesn't
the very
not look
next
like
day,
that
it
right
was the same
now.
thing. It was nothing but love and happiness and butterflies and excitement to come work here at Berkman and Associates. The idea of a kidnapping, as is shown in tapes by Miss Corrigan, and we'd be happy to let you in one at a time to listen to the tapes. It's too much.
Why wanted it? Why, no, release the tapes.
Yeah,
We're happy to let you.
Actually, fuck the tapes. There's no tapes.
yeah.
You go into that fucking brownstone and you never come back out.
We've been, what was it? We've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone.
listen.
Ooh,
More than 3 hours.
That
of
song was
recorded
about
phone
something
calls.
else.
I know.
The tapes show exactly what happened. Raheem Kassam.
I want to believe in the P tape. I don't think it's real, but I want to believe in the P tape, and I want to believe that Ivanka's in
I
it.
didn't say that. He said it. He said it to reporters. I didn't say it, Jacob. That's what she says. So this idea of kidnapping is completely and utterly spurious. It's false. It is.
We're really lucky this guy didn't start out as like an atheist who just kind of sounds a little like Sam Harris, because he'd be way more popular.
Last thing Jacob
Yeah.
and I want here is to be salacious, but when there are physical relations, she's here Monday. There.
Ew, did Jack Berkman watch?
And then even on
I
Tuesday,
get big guy who wants to watch vibes from Jack Berkman.
Kidnapping
Not
occurred.
guy who's like, check it out. There's people out there who are into being watched, but like the way that goes generally, if it's a cool situation, is the people are like, hey, would you want to watch us?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like, hey, can I watch you?
Yeah.
Even if you heard they're into being watched, maybe they're not into you watching. Maybe they're just not that into you.
Yeah.
I think, Ford, you have all the evidence you need that this has devolved into farce. I can't imagine. that there's
Yes.
more evidence
Wait a
you need.
minute.
All the evidence. The day on which the alleged kidnapping occurred, I think, Ford, you have all the evidence you need that this has devolved into farce. I can't imagine that there's more
just the
evidence you
fucking
need.
first
Any
frame of the
other
video.
questions?
To someone who's watching this, it sounds like you're just slut shaming her and saying she couldn't have possibly been the victim of something. because she
Ford,
had
there
sex
couldn't be anything further. There's.
That's fucking
I don't know who used
great.
This term, I don't want to repeat it. Something shaming, blank shaming. No such thing here. No such.
No,
thing.
there's an element of that here for sure.
Yeah.
Back there.
What is the status of your legal proceedings in California?
I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I got another one for you. Have you been contacted by law enforcement about these?
No, we've not.
Merit contacted any law enforcement? Are you aware of any of that?
No, I'm not aware of that. And as I said, in the past, in the past 15 hours or so, I've spent more than 3 hours on the phone with Merritt, and she is deeply regretful that Raheem Kassam took it upon himself to spread this horrible lie that she was kidnapped. She's deeply disappointed.
If she feels that way, why isn't she publicly saying it?
Darla Shine, have you been in contact with her?
Darla Shine? Bill Shine's wife? Not that I can recall.
He's like, I know exactly who that is. Have never been in
Why isn't
contact with
she
them.
going public to take back her statement if you're saying that she now doesn't want that out there? Why are you saying it for her?
Well, she's terribly shaken up. It's been a turbulent week.
Well, you're the one who probably did the shaking.
And,
Maybe you let Jack do it. I don't know.
Here to
Wait, that's not funny. I'm sorry. Don't clip that.
we encourage that.
Whoever's thinking about clipping that, don't
As you
clip
can hear in
that.
these phone
I didn't
calls.
even say that. It was a fucking hallucination.
And she just wasn't up for it.
Do you
She
think
doesn't have the energy.
approves of this? She approves of you showing off your
I'm not
sex
sure.
with her, and
Not sure. Can't say.
you didn't ask her.
Not sure. I'm not into
not sure.
informed consent.
Anything
I spoke
else?
to her for 3 hours, but she has no idea I'm doing this,
Yeah,
actually.
right.
Any other questions?
Gentlemen, anything further? Zach, you have another one.
Your current
That's
status
Zach, yeah.
bar, Mr. Berkman. Are you still?
Well, that's a great tie.
What's
As far as I know.
what's going on with some of the companies? Do you stand by all your companies that you have disclosed? The Senate and the House are legit.
Of course. What do you mean legit? What do you mean legit?
They're 100% real companies.
Sure, of course.
Okay, you absolutely stand by that.
You bet.
I am digging this beat.
We'll have.
Oh yeah, I don't like. Don't bring your. Hey, hold on, Scott or whatever. Like, you're not gonna get banned here for your jokes or whatever, as long as you're not racist or shitty. But like, please don't bring like other conflicts that you've had with other streamers here. Like,
Yeah.
we're watching this wonderful piece of video.
One who wants to ask one last question before we wrap here.
Have you retained counsel in this case in case you were criminally charged with kidnapping?
Oh, we know there's going to be no criminal.
Wait, Jack Berkman, isn't he supposed to be a lawyer?
Criminality.
Let me just ask.
Oh, I know who they got.
I
Hold on, I know who they got. I gotta go to Facebook real quick. Oh, they've been showing me dick ads, so I gotta take the Facebook off the screen for a minute. Hold on. Facebook's literally been showing me ads with big old dicks. They're like, you want a big old dick like this? You should click this link. I'm not even kidding. I posted about it on Facebook. Anyway, this is Bucky. This is Bucky Goldman and Associates. This is it was Jacob Wool's lawyer, everybody. It was Bucky
That
Goldman.
guy's 12 years old.
But look, it's such a funny, like, it's just like a tag page, right? Like on Facebook, if you're trolling somebody and they're like, I'm going to call the cops on you. You're like, better get a good lawyer, and you link them to Bucky Goldman and Associates interweb
So it's
attorneys.
just, it's a joke.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's got the Yelp thing.
My brain is still recovering from last night.
High level ideas.
Not to put too fine a point on this, but did you hear what I said? There's an allegation of kidnapping on Monday. On Tuesday, this girl and Jacob have sexual relations. Did you hear that?
Wait,
I mean, do you
but
understand?
did you, like, he seems very excited
We're on the
about
same
it.
planet. I want to make sure.
Hold on. Watch this.
Allegation of kidnapping on Monday. On Tuesday, this girl and Jacob have sexual relations. Did you hear that? I mean,
He's
you understand
excited.
this is-
Yeah, he's very
that's-
happy.
I mean, I don't know. You should be excited, I guess, if your homie's like getting some and having a good time and stuff, right? Like if your friend is like in having like good sex and good
Yeah.
good experience, you should be happy for them.
Yeah, but Berkman's happier about Wall getting laid than Wall is, apparently.
right? Oh, definitely that she was. She was giving you that 1,000-yard Scientology stare in that picture.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you heard that.
You're a lawyer. I don't think any lawyer would seriously contend that sex after some crime means that the aforementioned.
In the case of kidnapping, it would, and there are many other things on Monday.
No. If you've been like, if think about this, like, let's say, I'm not even kidding. Somebody's holding you against your will, say in this garage.
Okay. Well, let's say it's Manny.
Let's say it's Manny. We've been holding Manny against Manny's will in this garage.
You are?
And like for like 12, let's say 18 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then you can't leave, right? And then
no.
and then your captor tries to have sex with you. Like, you're already like, your captor tries to assault you, rape you, right? You're already in this position where you can't leave. Like
So you might as well go along with what they want in the hopes of not dying.
right, because you if you thought you could have overpowered them or whatever, you would have done that. Like, so if you're like in some place where they won't let you leave, and it gets even more complicated if you were thinking maybe you were going to hook up with, it's such a fucking bad scene. There's like no scenario that I'm thinking about that plays like, there's nothing, I can't come up with like a scenario where like, unless it could all be bullshit.
That's why you think stuff like some of the guys that Dahmer brought home, they were getting nervous and they were trying to leave, and it's like, well, why didn't some of they try to leave before they were drugged and they were even nervous about that? And it's like, because you feel pressured at once you're in that person's house, you do feel pressured.
And not for nothing, if you go into the house willingly, you're maybe inclined to hook up with them in the first place.
Yeah. And then you think that, oh, well, if I run off and I talk to the cops, then I'm going to look like the bad guy or something like that.
Or once you get inside, you realize that person is willing to be very violent in order to keep you there.
And Cormac, the boy that escaped Dahmer, was running down the street naked and bloody, and the cops handed him right back to him.
Right. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, that's different now, actually, thankfully.
Well, yeah.
We'll take the small victories that take 30 years to happen where we
Full
can
sushi dinner here. She was relaxed. She left the home many times. It's crazy.
You know, Ford, I
let her go out to the store.
I would encourage all journalists
Am I allowed to
call
leave?
Miss Corrigan's mother. Ask her about
not
the
yet.
in-depth conversation that we had Monday night. And ask her all about that.
Hold on, right here where he's saying about she was allowed to leave, she was allowed to do this. Casey Dugar, for 18 years, was kidnapped. Or is it JC? I forget her name, but she was kidnapped for 18 years, and they finally found her living in the guy's backyard. And she went out in public with him. But she was still kidnapped, and people are like, oh, why didn't she try to leave? Why didn't she try to leave?
Because you don't think you can overpower this person, and you don't think anybody's going to help you.
And a lot of times, like with Stephen Stainer, the little boy that was kidnapped by Kenneth Parnell, he was told by Kenneth Parnell, your parents don't love you. They don't want you back. I talked to them. They don't want you. For 7 years, Stephen stayed with Kenneth Parnell. So people are like, you know.
It's the same. It's just a very microscopic cult at that point.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
And you know, people talk about Stockholm syndrome, and it's like an overused thing, but eventually you do, because the only human you're encountering is your captor. And I think that could kick in with like 18 hours if somebody was incredibly good at manipulating other people, you know?
It's also a survival mechanism, because if you start to feel like empathy for your captor, that captor is eventually going to start feeling empathy for you. And that whole scenario is actually probably keeping you alive. It's a big mind fuck, but it is a survival thing.
And you're probably not even consciously doing it, really, because you've been like put in this situation where, like, and I don't like the fucked up thing is, like, I don't know if any of what they're talking about happened, because the person they're talking about, like, I just don't trust any of the people involved in this except for the people that are asking questions to try to figure out what happened.
Oh, and Patty Hearst. Patty Hearst's Stockholm syndrome came from the fact that her fucking greedy ass fucking parents didn't want to pay out all the money that they were demanding and stuff. But even when she robbed the bank, she was still kidnapped. But that's all I want to say.
Sure
Sorry.
Jack agrees. We welcome investigations of all and any kinds. We're an open door. We're an open book. We have all kinds of
Nobody wants to go in your house.
But of course, we don't anticipate any investigations because
this whole story is fabricated.
No kidnapping, of
like,
course.
this would be a terrifying story if I wasn't like 85 or 90% sure that the whole thing's fabricated.
We have Miss Corrigan.
I'm so sorry, Killisee.
In fact, Raheem Kassam synthesized this lie out of whole cloth.
Why don't you play? Play the tape.
Come on in. Come on in. We'll play the tapes. There's too much noise here. We've got music. No, come on in.
Come into our house and we'll totally not kidnap you.
We've got some disturbances. You're welcome to come in and listen to the tapes. All right. Well, we'll proceed to that part of the press conference, I suppose.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And thank you so much.
Can Zach and I come in, like now?
Oh yeah, they're getting rickrolled. Sweet. I love Will.
Will Summer made the calculation that if he and Zach went in there and they had to, they could take these two chuckle fucks, right? If they had to get the fuck out, they could get the fuck out. That's the calculation you're making. Oh, they opened the garage door. Oh, I'm jealous of all their fucking. Look at that. Are those just Tupperwares?
You know, there's loads of human organs in those 3 coolers.
Oh, what if these people are serial killers?
I know.
All right. We have our tape listeners. Now, for purposes, I'm going to ask you not to record once you get into the house, if you would. Just
You're
No.
not gonna let us record the
no,
recording.
I'm going to let you record the recording. When you walk into the house, I'm asking that you don't record.
Oh, like the process of walking into the house. you mean.
Yes. I would
All right,
ask you
fine.
to
I will.
please-
It's kind of creepy that the garage is that clean.
Viruses.
Right. This is giving me big. I don't know what's going on here.
Like a front, like this is like no one really lives in that house.
For sake of privacy, but I'm going to play it for you. If you want to hear it, you can't record. That's the rule.
Is that-
Down and,
Wait, is that a humidor?
because are you?
Is that a huge? I think that's a huge humidor.
It might be.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think it is.
people being able to see it.
Why don't we
Well, I
do
want
this?
you-
How about
listen,
leaving the cameras and the phones and come on in.
Yeah, I just guys.
You know what I
We're
think we should
socially
do?
distance if there's a pandemic.
Just fucking rush the door.
No, just
wait.
show it here in the garage.
Look at Zach's in the back. He's like, fuck this.
Well, then just play it here. You guys.
It says it's
Just play it here, man.
do this, guys.
Just play the recording.
Down, cameras aside, and then we're happy to. How about that? Want to do that?
No. You guys.
We're having a little bit of a
That's
camera
fine. We'll
Mexican
just tweet out
standoff
the tape
here.
and you
We'll
guys will
tweet
get
it out,
second
guys.
fiddle.
We'll tweet it out. Thank you,
All right.
guys. Thank you,
We'll
gentlemen.
tweet out the tape then. If you don't want to listen, last call if anyone wants to listen to the tape.
You guys.
No. Don't go in there. No, go. It's fucking good. Don't go in that. Yeah, don't go in there.
We'll get it out. We'll get it out on
That's
Telegram.
what we expected.
In the next, I guess, 6 minutes.
Next 6
If
minutes.
it's not on Telegram in 6 minutes,
Yes, am I telling
It's-
it's t.me,
Yeah.
t.me/Jacob A. Wool.
all right.
So you had a conversation with Mary. This
2 hours last night, 1 hour tonight.
What was she saying, Jacob?
What?
What was she saying?
Well, she was mostly personal in nature, and I don't want to disclose more than necessary as it relates to personal stuff. But the important takeaway was that this lie about kidnapping was made up out of whole cloth, and she named the person.
This is
who made it up. His
great.
name is Raheem Kassam. Works for Steve Bannon.
Okay, you just spent the entire press conference posting screenshots of her
Again,
complimenting
guys,
your
I mean-
arms and talking about having sex with you.
All right, guys.
How can you then say that
I'm going to
this,
put out the tape.
that her
Again, you're
saying
welcome
you
to come in
didn't
and
do
listen.
anything wrong is
Let me
just
see what
You
your
can't record in the house.
What is your question? What is your question?
It seems like it's all
So,
for
okay,
Excuse me.
so-
What is your question?
Just like Hunter Kelly.
Hold on.
the-
Zach, what is your
the
question?
essence of your press conference was look at how nice our relationship is. We have documentation
Yes.
of this nice relationship.
What's your question?
That was very personal. How is her saying, no, Jacob, you didn't kidnap me?
Because
How
we
is
don't want
that
the
too
tape to be.
personal?
We want you to listen to the tape before we put it out. It's evidentiary nature in upcoming litigation.
You don't want the tape that's going
But
to...
he earlier said that the cops hadn't contacted him.
Put it online, but
Oh, they're claiming they're going to sue this guy, this other guy, I suppose.
Let's show them.
We'll take whatever you're going to show
I
us.
think that'll put your mind at ease.
Let me show you- let me show
You can
you
see the time and the call.
I don't want to show her number on the.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
We already-
Cover her.
So do you guys wanna-
I don't want to
okay,
publish anybody's
okay.
number.
We'll show you the call.
Yes.
I think that'll put your mind at ease.
Okay. So this is.
Don't go in that house. I'm just telling you.
No, just
Do not go in that house.
the number here.
Yeah, cover her number with your hand, whatever.
If I touch it, is it?
He opens up the refrigerator and a bunch of livers fall out.
Ridiculous kidnapping. Remember
10:40
that.
p.m.
This is Borat energy without the joke.
That's
But
all
how,
you
how
need
do
to
we
say.
know that's her number? You could have just created that contact.
No,
Let me
it's her
see the
number.
number.
Do you want it? But I don't want you to show the number.
Okay, let me see
Give him the number.
You want to see that? You want to see it?
Yeah, but- but-
please,
but
I'm not going to look
Okay. Ready? Ready?
Be socially distant.
There you go.
You can verify it.
That's her number.
It's her number.
All the coolers are filled with blood bags.
Let me see the other one.
And then there's a call from this morning.
Outgoing call 9 minutes, 12:31 a.m.
Hope he drops his laptop.
More this morning as well.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
does this
agreed to
count on my bingo card as Hunter's laptop?
This is
No. No, it doesn't.
Tuesday night for 2 hours. Come on.
I'm surprised nobody's mentioned it thus far. Don't
Well,
worry.
this is 2 years ago. Was Hunter's laptop back out? Was out then?
Ooh, depends on what month it was, right? Because it came
Yeah,
out
no,
before the
because that
election.
didn't come out until like right before the election. I
Oh, this
think.
would have been 2021, actually, early 2021.
Yeah.
That's not the number that you claimed that
We'll call it.
that was
That's
her
her
at.
number.
All right, why don't you
No,
call and see? Verify the
That is her number.
Call and see.
Why don't you call her?
Up, they have generic Swiffer heads on the shelf,
Zach.
and they have 5 Swiffers still sealed.
Like, this is, yeah, there's something's going on.
Guys, call the number. We gave you
I
the
don't
number.
know.
Call it.
And that's an off. That is a shit ton of Swiffers. They have 5 sealed, extendable, and then look, and then there's 3 hanging up.